What's up, everybody? What is up? What is up, everybody? A warm hello, and thank you so much for joining me here today. It's another live stream here on my YouTube channel at Cheds Trading. It is, what is it, Friday? No, it's Thursday, June 19th, 2025. Hope everybody's doing well. Head on over to my YouTube channel and let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm just making sure that the stream, let me head over to the right stream window. Folks, let me know if you can hear me okay. Yes, I am here. Welcome, folks. If you're watching me on Twitter, thank you for hanging out. I did a Spaces earlier today where I got to talk to you folks for a little while. It was nice, probably about an hour. I just kind of went back and forth answering questions. We didn't get to look at too many charts. Unfortunately, didn't get to look at too many charts earlier today, so I've got my stream here. This is going to go into the quick market update playlist, okay? I normally stream twice a week. I normally stream every Tuesday and Friday, you know, roughly around 10 a.m. Eastern, but this week, it's the Bitcoin live sale, 7th anniversary sale. I've been with this team since the beginning. I'm a founding analyst, and you know, I do a twice a week full market report every Wednesday and Sunday night. I'm really proud of being part of the team. I'm really proud, you know, just the work we do. And this is the team of analysts. So that's why I'm so active this week on Twitter at Big Cheds. I did Spaces earlier, like I said. I'm trying to put out a lot of good content here on my YouTube channel. So what I'm going to do, I want to review the market. I'm looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. We'll do a whole bunch of altcoins that I've got ready as well. And then I'll jump back into the chat room. I want to hear from you folks and what you think, especially you folks who are hanging out here and watching on Twitter. You know, head over to my YouTube. And once you jump into the chat room, let me know what you're thinking. Okay. So what's up, Tom, Peter, Andrew, Lele, everybody else? So what's going on with Bitcoin? There's not a lot of action here on the lower time frame. And if you're on the 4 hour, if you're on the 1 hour at this point, I think that's a little bit too low time frame. There's really not much of a trend. There's not much going on here. You know, the daily chart, we're certainly watching the price versus the SMA 50. You want to see the price hold there. And that's something to watch as we're essentially gauging how deep this consolidation goes. We knew we started a consolidation phase a couple weeks back, you know, with the weekly candle closing May 26th. And we've had a couple doji here, in a row since then, and holding the EMA 8. So it's very much high and tight consolidation thus far on the weekly, the daily chart with a tightening range, higher lows, lower highs, and fighting to hold the MA 50. There isn't, unless you're already in a position, I think you need to wait for price to key level interaction, right? You need to wait for the price to drop back probably to that 100K zone. I think that's going to be important. That's a level we've talked about. That's where the price responded last time. And then you're going to be looking, roughly at that 96K cluster, 96K price zone. If you drop to a 4 hour, you can see it a little bit more well illustrated. All this consolidation here is a very deep pocket of demand. And if you position yourself to be patient and you wait for a dip, you can take advantage of a dip in an uptrend, right? You don't want to chase it, not while it's consolidating. Let the price consolidate, and then let it drop back to a key level and kind of go from there. All the questions in the chat room, thank you. I'll get to them in a minute. Ethereum sideways, not much juice. We're waiting for some more resolution, multiple attempts and failed attempts to break out over the 2750, 2800 range. And we're watching as the price generally drifts back down towards that key overhead level, that 2150 level. That's an important level long term. In the meantime, we have the price advance into the MA 200, and we have basically all this indecision, right? All these small bodies. And essentially, and this is a repeat of what I've been saying, but just a review if you haven't seen yet, setting up for what's looking like a tower top, or what you might think of as a BART, where you have this strong advance, and then the bulls are having trouble sustaining the rally. We're getting all this indecision. And Solana, of course, is still really unchanged and trading in between the key price zones we're watching, right around that $145 level and roughly 180 overhead. Before I jump into the rest of the altcoins, I was just going to kind of scan around. I want to see what you folks have to say in the chat room. All right, Influence says, what's up, man? You say you don't like charts that have a downtrend, but wouldn't that be great for potential short setups? Absolutely. Absolutely. The one I've been going to recently is Filecoin, right? So Filecoin is a downtrend. And if this thing bounces, it would be a wonderful short setup somewhere, roughly somewhere into the, the low threes range would be a very nice short setup because you'd essentially be bouncing into lost support, recent resistance in a downtrend, right? And that's the whole idea. It's a great question. This is the whole idea is if you want to go long, you want to take advantage of a dip in an uptrend. And if you want to short something, a bounce in a downtrend is a wonderful candidate. So when I say that you want to avoid downtrends, I'm generally speaking to the people who watch me. Most of them are long traders. Most of them do not short. So that's a little bit more advanced, but absolutely, bad charts are great, for bounces and downtrends. As setups, TRX was requested. TRX is grinding higher. I very much like the chart. It's one of the better looking charts. It's been slowly grinding higher. We had a couple tags here of the SMA 200 or the trend in classical charting. We'll see if the price has another test of that range. Maybe that would line up with 25.5, 26 cents. But this is a very good looking chart, one of the best looking charts rather than the market right now, and I would not bet against it. Just kind of scroll around here, taking a look at CRV. It needs to hold here, 57, 58 cents, or it is in a bunch of danger, probably drifting lower. SUI for sure, at a key pivot here. I think, we talked about the weakening of the trend up here when the price began to roll over, started to lose the MA20. I think if bulls are unable to hold above 275, 280, that would be a big problem. PNB still holding 640 range. Just kind of scrolling around. BCH is kind of interesting. Someone had requested this earlier, and it's interesting to see this strong move into resistance here. We have the local break, a potential pause. I think this might be setting up for a pause, come back, maybe a retest, or even a little bit higher. So there's definitely a little bit of mojo here on BCH. Bunch of bad charts. Magic, Super's not a good looking chart. I was going through, some of the top altcoins by market cap, and like AVAX doesn't look very good either. AVAX is pushing lower. Inability to hold, even that, that $23, $24 level. Shibu Inu, once incredibly bullish, not really doing much here. I think I can get a better, actually, more price history on SHIB. I think Kraken. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so yeah, SHIB looks pretty bad too. So a lot of these older coins we're sitting around and waiting to see when is it alt season? When is it gonna, when's it all gonna reverse? And I think my advice is that you do not approach it in that way where you're expecting the entire market to bounce. You really should be playing chart by chart. A chart like this, you shouldn't be in. It's just the bottom line. It's a downtrend. It's pushing up against support, and it's probably going to roll over. You should really be playing chart by chart, take advantage of opportunities when they come, and not just waiting for, some mythical alt season, which is going to push everything up. What's up, Robinson? How you doing, brother? Good to hear. And folks, if you haven't already, I don't know if I mentioned, but I've got a free version of my third book. The Trading Quotes playlist is wonderful. I'm making this whole book for free. Those of you who are watching now, make sure you check that out. And of course, Masterclass tutorial playlist. Just to remind you, my favorite exchange is BingX. If you're looking for somewhere to trade. LDO, sure, we'll do a couple requests. Those of you watching on Twitter, thank you for hanging out. If you want to head over to YouTube and request, hit sub, you can join the chat room. I'm happy to take your questions. You'll also have another opportunity tomorrow. I'm going to do another live stream tomorrow, probably in the morning, when equities markets are open. And I will do a spaces as well at some point tomorrow, middle afternoon, most likely. I don't like this chart. LDO looks bad. LDO looks bad there, John. I wonder if you feel the same way. It is a downtrend. It's priced below falling MA200. We're in a falling channel, lower highs, lower lows. Inability to hold on this level once it was recaptured. A couple bounces up above, failure to hold. It's now resistant. This is a pretty rough looking chart. What's up, Chocolate? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I really don't like this chart, LDO. Did I do CRO? Sure, John. Let's take a look at CRO. What is CRO? Okay, Chronos. Let's take a little look. Happy to do it, man. You want to smash the like? Thanks, man. Don't worry about it. John says smash the like. Don't worry about it, folks. I'll just keep making these videos no matter what. Doesn't matter how many people come. I just enjoy the interactions. And I really just enjoy talking to you folks and putting out this content. Just reminding you, Bitcoin live sale, just over 3 days left. You don't want to sleep on that sale. So Chronos. All right. A little bit of a loss of momentum here. Fail to recapture lost support. It's kind of a messy sideways picture, so I need to go to the weekly chart to get a sense of it. Okay, you can see where it definitely needs to hold in the weekly. You see the failed breakout here. I don't like it. It's well below, the peak of this price base. Your best case would have been some type of a cup and handle here. It just doesn't look good. There's a lot of better things out there in the market. I don't like the chart that much, and I'll just be honest with you. Not a lot of bullish momentum, and it's drooping here a little bit, like failing to hold support. Looks like it wants to test lower. So it's a Cyrillic name. I can't read it, but Bitcoin Live also gives trades. Yes, there are analysts who put out trades. I talk about them in my videos where I talk about different trade setups, but there are alerts. What I do is a twice a week full market report every Wednesday and Sunday night. And my approach is I want to teach you how to fish. I'm not going to hand you fish. There will be fish I'll hand you, but I'm trying to teach you how to fish. I want to empower you. So if you're looking for something that's just going to tell you where to buy and sell all the time, this is a serious service. And I mean, if you're ever going to try it out, now's the time to try it out. $97, 3 months. But this is just a wonderful team. You get access to the entire team's work. So I think it's a wonderful value. And I'm super proud of the work we do. I don't use fair value gaps. I don't necessarily use imbalances. Another great question. What I do is explained, of course, on my YouTube, the Masterclass webinar. I use a blending of classical charting and Japanese candlestick theory. I did train CMT1, so I'm teaching you professional technical analysis here. And I'm in the process of studying for CMT2. And I essentially use a system based on candle bodies, for momentum, for short-term signals. I use classical charting for, evaluating the trend, for identifying, key support and resistance levels. What's up? Kensit says, hello, Chetty. You said, okay, great. Welcome to the team. AJ says, do you like the Theta project? Here's the link, by the way. So instead of sign up right now, here's a link. In any case, yeah, you'll love it. So, do I like the Theta project? I don't think of these things as projects, generally speaking, right? For me, these are vehicles for speculation. So I don't even like the word project. Like, I don't think these are real things. These are just numbers. These are letters that have a trend, or hopefully they have a trend. Sometimes there's no trend. And you're certainly going to avoid that because anything with technical analysis, anything with moving averages, anything with candlesticks, you need a trend. And the whole idea is you're positioning yourself take advantage of a move against that trend. So the question was Theta, do I like the project? Sharing bandwidth. I don't know what that is, what that even means. This is a horrible chart. I basically would not touch this. I would avoid it. I would be completely out of it. In terms of what Influence says earlier, the gentleman, I don't know the name, if it bounces into like that $1 range, it would be a nice little short setup. But if you're thinking of long, the market kind of hates this. So I hate it. This is a very, very weak chart, okay? Pure vehicles for speculation, just like Burnside says. And that's just the whole point. These are vehicles for you to try to turn $1 into $1.50. Okay, and everybody, and it's just that's a very generic statement, but some people just buy and hope. Other people have a method, and they're using analysis. They have some type of fundamental or technical theory, and they're using that to manage their risk. My style, I look to ride a trend. I certainly don't think I'm smarter than the market. I know I'm not. In fact, so I'm looking to take advantage of some type of move against the market. Ideally, a price drop to a key level, even like Solana at 140, you have price at a key level. And that's all you really want because you can manage your risk. You can take a long. If it fails to hold 135, you're out, right? For example, that type of thing. What's my thoughts in the meme coin biome? So in terms of meme coins, I need price history. There's not much I can do without price history, because I'm a pure price analyst. So we've got a little bit of history here. Not Biome, but BOME. This is a bad chart. I don't like it. You had some evidence of volume here and accumulation on this nice inverted head and shoulders, but you failed to hold. I mean, this just looks terrible. I would not put $1, or I wouldn't even put a cent into this. If this is the chart you're talking about, I believe it is. This is just a bad-looking chart. This is just a bad-looking chart. The gentleman with the Cyrillic name says, I just subscribed. It's great to have you. Now that you're part of the team, you've joined Bitcoin Live, what I love is you can go back and see how I have covered every major market moment, right? For the last 7 years, if you want, since I've been doing it. See how I covered the top here, how we covered the bottom here. And not just me, the rest of the team. So like, you know, for these 3 months and hopefully more, you know, while you're part of the Bitcoin Live team, take advantage and soak it up. You've got a huge educational library now. I believe my videos are timeless. I try to make everyone educational, even if the price has changed. So good job, man. And it's great to have you. So this has been a nice stream today. I did a spaces earlier. I loved that so many of you wanted to talk to me. We had a nice chat earlier today. We talked about trading. I'm here in these YouTube streams. I'm super active this week, and I'm thankful to each and every one of you for showing up. You requested for CVX. Let's take a look. CVX USD. Convex, okay. The question was, is there something to say about Convex? Nakamura says, something about, is it ranging for a month? Is it a long accumulation or dead? Well, there's just not much going on here. There's no real trend. I'll step out to the sideways. Even on the weekly, there's nothing. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say essentially about the chart. There isn't much of a chart. It's just straight up sideways. There's no edge here. If you are, I mean, I don't know what you would do with it. Maybe a drop to this zone if you really like the quote unquote project, right? But there's not much of a trend here. I don't see, is there accumulation? Yeah, there's a decent amount of accumulation. The on-balance volume is pretty strong. So, but just not much of a trend. There's not much history. I definitely don't hate it, but there just isn't much going on here in terms of being a trend. Chocolate says that masterclass you did live a week ago after the top I watched recently, it was spot on. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's the masterclass on the homepage of my YouTube channel. It's also the most recent one in the masterclass tutorial playlist. So folks, I love that you show up and ask questions. I love that you're here. I'm going to be continue to be active. I'm going to do a stream tomorrow. Make sure, you know, if you want to check out Trading Journal, it's on Amazon along with all my other books, but I've got free versions on my YouTube. So check out all the stuff here. It's funny, I did spaces and some of the people are like, I love all your stuff. I'm like, well, have you watched this playlist? And they're like, no. I'm like, man, you got to do it. This is a wonderful playlist. Hopefully you folks will check it out. You know, great trading psychology, stuff like that. But folks, make sure you check out the Bitcoin Live sale. Just 3 days left. Super proud of my involvement with that team. If I didn't get your question, I will try again next time. It's just an honor to be here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we're going to finish it off with Church of Eight Wheels, and we'll dance our way out, folks. Thank you so much. Let's do this. Take care, everybody. Have an awesome day. I will talk to you soon. Big Cheds out.